Hey, I wanted to show you a little bit about the mortgage calculator at Bankrate.com to help you with your lab. Quick note, there are several mortgage calculators at Bankrate, so if you do a Google search you could get any of them. But I provide a link on Moodle to the amortization schedule calculator, which will be the most useful for completing the lab. You'll know it when you see it because you'll have this pie chart over here. Also, a quick note here, there's a lot of ads on here. I don't think there's pop-ups, but you may see some banners that if you are not careful you may think are important, but stay away from them. Pretty much everything you need is in this shaded area. Um, Basically here you see a couple of parameters that we're using in the lab. Mortgage amount, that is the cost of a house or the amount you would have to borrow from the bank. You can change any of these and hit calculate. Mortgage in terms of years or months. If you need to change this, you only need to change one of them. If I was to change this to 10 years and hit calculate, it would change this to 120 months. You really don't need to mess with the start date here unless you were looking to actually use this in real life. Maybe you're going to buy a house next year and you wanted to see how long it would take you to pay off from there. But if I was to change something here, I change this to 500,000. I would hit calculate, and you would see some elements over here change. So with the pie chart, you see the monthly payment based off of how we have this set. So my $500,000 loan over 30 years at 4.5% interest would be $2,500 a month. And then if we look down here at the pie chart, if we hover over, we'll see that the principal, $500,000 from the loan here. Okay, that's how much we borrowed. And then the other part is interest. So over that 30-year period, we see that we're paying $412,000 in just interest. Okay, so be very aware of what changes the amount of interest. That's one of the questions for your lab. If you were looking for how much you pay back total in the end, of course you're going to have to pay back the amount you borrow, the $500,000 plus the interest. Okay, so you can add those together. Anytime you change anything here, make sure you do hit calculate. Now if we scroll down just a little bit, this blue bar, it says show amortization schedule. If I click that and let it show up, you'll see some things you can plug in here. But first, if you look down here at the calendar, it shows you every month over the loan. So I could scroll down and that would show me the next 30 years. It shows me the payment, which is the same every month. Part of that goes to reducing the principal, which is the amount of the loan. Part of it goes to interest. Over here you see a running total of interest, which in the end you could get from the pie chart. And you also see how the balance of the loan changes over time. It might be fun to kind of scroll down through there and watch these two columns. Okay, the interest go up and the balance go down, and see how fast or how slow they change. This goes on for the next 30 years. One thing you will have to work with up here is the add extra payment. Three options here. You could pay a little bit extra every month. That would help you pay off your loan quicker. You can pay something every year, or you might get like a settlement or inheritance and you might make a one-time payment. But if you change anything here, like if you were to pay an extra $1,000 every month on top of the $2,500 that you're already paying, you could hit apply extra payment and you would see what that does to your loan. Now I'll still say that the required payment up here is $2,500, but notice it shows a big difference in the percent of the loan and the interest. Plus it'll show you when you would pay that off. So if you change anything, make sure you hit one of these blue buttons so that it's recalculated. And you can always check the pie chart to see how that was affected. All right, thank you.